Hello and welcome everyone to Sip Stories podcast, where our recipe is one part healthy
One part happy.
with a shot of drama. I'm your host, Dina,
I'm your host, Charlotte.
and let's get into it. What are you sipping on today, girl?
I am sipping on Summer in the Bottle, Rosé, my favorite. That's my favorite drink. I have to
Summer
have
in a
it every
bottle
weekend.
when it's fall.
Yeah. Yep. But I bring the summer to fall.
Summer all year round. Okay.
All year round.
All right. I don't have my bottle with me. I just have my glass. And this is Stella Rosa Red. Yes. I'm a sweet wine drinker.
I am too.
Yeah.
I like sweet wine.
Yeah.
But not too sweet.
Not too sweet. The sweeter the better. Like I drink what they call like dessert wines. So
okay.
Yes. So I decided to do a glass of wine because this is our first episode. So I want to celebrate. Cheers to Sip Stories.
Cheers.
That's good.
So
I probably will not be drinking wine on every episode.
I will.
And that's okay. And, everyone can pick their beverage. But yeah, I stopped drinking alcohol, I don't know, probably like 6 months ago. And It was a personal choice, actually, but I just listened to my body. I feel like ever since I turned 40, my body has been telling me that I need to stop doing things that I used to do in my 20s and my 30s.
And alcohol was one of them?
Alcohol was definitely one of them. Yeah. I mean, I would have I was never a huge drinker, but I could throw back a bottle of wine in a night back in the day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I will not be finishing this glass.
I'm what you call a cheap date. I get drunk off of one glass of anything. Like I just need one and I'm like not drunk, but like I'm feeling good. And I like to feel good.
Yeah.
I don't like to be like dizzy and drunk.
Yeah.
I can't do that. One glass. If I have 3, no. I'll talk about that another day.
I feel you. I don't know. I just recently realized that when I drink alcohol and mainly like mixed cocktails, like wine, like I said, I can do like a half a glass of wine and I'm fine. I'll do that from like time to time, but I used to do a lot of mixed drinks and like cocktails, and just one is all it takes, and it makes me sick, like ill. Like
really?
Yes. Like my body
like throwing up
is rejecting it. No, not really throwing up, but I do get nauseous and it's just not a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going out and I'm having a mixed drink, and then I go home and I feel like crap that whole night. I'm getting like the effects of like a hangover. Like I had like 3 and 4 and 5 drinks, and I'm like, why is this happening? So yeah, I just cut it out completely.
All right.
I'll just order a mocktail.
Well, that'll be enough to stop it. If I was to get like drunk, I wouldn't drink. Because I remember that one time I got really drunk. Me and my ex's mom went out and she introduced me to a drink called Motherfuckers, and I had 2 of them, and I never want to feel that way again.
Right.
It was like everything spinning. I was on the highway. I had to pee. I got my butt all out. It was bad. It was bad. So I'm never having a motherfucker again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever.
I get it. So, speaking about being 40 now, and our health is changing. I'm also noticing like a lot of things in my health that have been changing, and just realizing that, okay, now I'm 40. I think now you're supposed to like do like your mammogram or something at 40.
Yeah, I had mine done already though.
You have.
Well, if you have like history in your
Mhm.
family, because you know my aunt passed away of breast cancer, so I had to get mine done at like 35.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
have not done mine yet. It's on my to-do list of something that I need to schedule an appointment for, definitely. But recently I've been diagnosed with cataracts. Yes, in my 40s,
Mm.
early 40s,
Mm.
which, I mean, they say that it's not common for my age, but I mean, it can happen. So I
All
have that
right.
surgery coming up next week. Actually, I don't know. I'm a little bit excited about it. So I'm wearing my glasses today. This is not the look I go for.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. But I have to wear them pre-surgery. And then I basically won't need them anymore though after surgery.
All
So that's
right.
gonna be exciting. I'll probably be able to see better than like I was ever able to see in the first place. So
Now, with cataracts, it's not like a film. Like, is that glaucoma with the film that's over your eye?
I think glaucoma is like the pressure in your eye, like the pressure buildup. That
Okay.
was one thing that they did test me for. And I'm not diabetic, and the pressure in my eye was good. It's just the
Okay.
lens of my eye that is damaged and has the cataract. So yeah, I get a whole new lens, like an artificial lens that they'll put in my eye after they dissolve the old one. And it should last a lifetime basically. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't have to worry about that
Right.
anymore. So that's pretty awesome. But the crazy thing is that I don't even know how long I've had cataracts. And I go for my yearly like eye exam once a year. They never caught it, but funny story. So we're moms, we're busy, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have a lot of time to ourselves. But I was getting ready to go out with a group of my girlfriends. We normally like get together like every couple of months. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna like go out with my girlfriends. Like, get out of a sweatshirt. I'll put some heels on. I was like, let me throw some makeup on because you know me, I never wear makeup.
Yeah.
Like, well, let me put some makeup on. Haven't worn makeup in months. Let me do some mascara, eyeshadow, and I'm doing my eye makeup. And okay, I'm closing one eye, do my makeup. I close the other eye, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't see. Like, why can't I see?
It just happened like that day, that night, or
When I noticed it,
okay.
I mean,
Alright.
clearly it's been there, but I think my left eye has the cataract. So my right eye has just been like compensating the whole time. So had I never closed my right eye to do my
Mm-hmm.
makeup, I probably would still be walking around not knowing
Oh my God.
that I had cataracts and that I couldn't see. And I mean, there were some probably warning signs that I didn't know were warning signs. Like I had like little eye floaters. Do you know?
Okay. No.
Some people have told me that they just get them, but
Just
yeah,
I heard but that is a common thing. I think I get eye floaters when I'm drunk. No, I don't know.
yeah. Well, that's not credible because you don't know what's really happening. But yeah, I've had eye floaters for years, like for years.
What
And
is it like? Little things floating in your eye, like just
yeah,
around?
yeah,
Okay.
like you just see them from the corner of your eye. They can be up high, go down low, like diagonal. I don't know. Sometimes it reminds me of like a spider. It freaks me out sometimes because I'm like, what is that? Like, is it like a spider coming down like on a web or?
Oh my
It'll be like
God.
in my eye because yeah, that's what I think of, like a spider coming down.
Now, when you went to the doctor, like to get your your vision check or whatever,
Yeah.
you didn't tell them that you had the floaters, or did you tell them and you didn't tell them?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that was just like a normal thing with aging.
uh,
And I do remember like my eye doctor telling me at one point that some floaters like are normal, like they do come with age. So I just never made a big deal about it. I mean, I'm classic for that. Like I'm not gonna make a big deal over pretty much anything that
Something that's
yeah, like
simple.
anything
Yeah,
that involves me.
it's not a that's not a simple
I
thing,
just
but
I don't know. To me, I would think it is, but yeah,
yeah,
from my family and like outside people, they're like, no, you should tell us that.
yeah.
But I'm like, no, it's no big deal. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm guilty of like putting myself secondary
I
to
think
like,
we all, as mothers, that's what we do
yeah, my kids
until.
first, my husband first,
Mhm.
and I make sure they're good and they're straight, and then I'm like on the bottom. And it's not intentional. It's not intentional, and it's a really bad habit. I mean, they say, at the end of the day, if you're not taking care of yourself, like how can you take care of everybody else? So we definitely
That's so
need
true.
to take care of us more, make sure that we prioritize our own health and put that first so that we, can be there for our family and take care of all of our loved ones around us and everything. So, yeah,
Amen.
that is what I'm going through right now. I don't know, it was a little scary at first, but like I said, I'm excited about the surgery.
What are they doing? Are they like, do you get knocked out for that, or just like a numbing agent?
Uh, someone going at my eye, they got to knock me
And
out. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna have sedation. They do an IV sedation. It's a light sedation though, so
Mhm.
I will have like the like very groggy, sleepy effect. They're like, you won't care what we're doing. I sure hope I won't.
No,
Yeah,
that I'm scared to get that. What is that eye surgery to correct your
laser.
vision? Laser. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Sean keeps saying to me, "Let's go get lasers." I'm like, I don't know. They're so scary.
I would have done laser eye surgery just because I have always had to wear glasses or contacts, since
Yeah,
like
me
middle
too.
school, ever since, I can remember, and not being able to have to worry about putting contacts in or grabbing your glasses. Like, I would have loved to have laser eye surgery, but which, I mean, with the cataract surgery, I'm going to kind of get that same result. It's not laser eye surgery, but I'll end up getting a, pretty good vision in my
Vision
yeah,
after.
yeah,
Are they just doing one eye?
yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
One eye,
Now
one eye
your
that qualifies for the surgery.
your recovery, how long is it? Are you going to be out of work for a while, or you got to wear a patch? Are you going to look like a pirate?
My husband's excited for that. Yes, I will have an eye patch. For a couple of days, I guess. And then like mainly at night, just to make sure like I don't get anything in my eye or poke my eye or anything. And I think the recovery is gonna be pretty easy. Just I'll be down for a couple of days. They'll let me know more at my post-op, like when I can go back to like driving and exercising and doing like full activity. But you know me, I'm hoping that it's not going to put me down for long because I can't sit down for long.
I know, because you got like how you going to bring the kids to
Right.
practice and.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot to do. And I just don't like staying still for long anyway. Like that's just me. I always need something to do. Even if I'm in the house and I'm laying in the bed, I'm going to be thinking like, I need to get that laundry done, or
Yeah, I feel you
yeah, it's gonna be hard for me
every
to like
day.
lay there and not do anything or just think about everything that needs to be done. Yeah,
I don't think I had one day that I did completely nothing. I mean, I can stay home, but I'm still doing something. Like I'm either doing the laundry
right.
or vacuuming or something.
Guilty.
I just,
I'm
yeah,
I'm completely guilty of that. I have to literally force myself to take a day because my husband tells me all the time, like, you need to just, he can take a day like easily. I don't know. Is it a
yeah.
man thing? Like they can easily take a day.
Yes,
Yes. My husband,
they can just sit home and watch
no
TV
problem. Like
and then complain about it later. But yeah, that's what they do.
no problem. Like when I even try to do it, or like if I'm even lazy for like half of the morning, and I don't want to call it lazy because that's not the right word.
Yeah.
Everyone does deserve like a rest and a timeout and a break. But yeah, I'll get like a guilty feeling. Like who? Like why am I feeling guilty? Like I wasn't as productive. Like I don't.
But you're doing something, so why are you feeling guilty? Because you're still doing something. You just are relaxing for, half of the day. But you're gonna do something later. So don't feel
But I
guilty.
could have done more. I could have
I
been
guess.
more productive. Uh,
Yeah, we're too hard on
we're
ourselves.
very hard on ourselves. I know, and yeah, it's just a nasty habit that yeah we need to do better on that. So why haven't I
Yeah.
taken another sip?
I don't know, because you were talking.
Hmm.
All
All right. Well, I know
right.
you have a little bit of a health story you're gonna share with everyone.
Yes.
That
So,
I'm kind of excited to just go through the journey with you from like start to finish because I mean, I know about it and we've talked about it, but I don't think I've ever like heard your true perspective and take in like how it's changed you and everything. So I'm just excited.
yeah. So, 2015, oh, that year. I felt like it was the worst year
Mhm.
it actually was. Like, it was like I had the most horrific headaches
Mhm.
for like, it lasted for like 4 days. I had these headaches. And I was at the doctor's office because I worked there
Yeah.
at the time. I was a nurse. And I went to see my doctor, and they were just like, "You just have migraines."
Mhm.
They sent me home just with migraine medicine.
Yeah.
And then one point, I couldn't open my eyes. Like I was outside
Mhm.
and at my in-laws, and I'm sitting in the back, and I'm like, I can't open my eyes out here. And so my mother-in-law was like, "Go upstairs, go lay down."
Mhm.
I went upstairs. I couldn't sleep because my head was just
Yeah.
hurting really bad. And then I went home, and then the next day I still had a headache. And I'm not the type to call out to work, but I had to call out.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to go to the doctor. I was thinking it was the IUD that I got put in.
Yeah.
So I went to the gynecologist. I had them take out the IUD. I'm like, I'm getting these headaches. I think this is the reason why, because I just like recently I got it put in.
Mhm.
So they took it out. I still had a headache. My friend that I used to work with, my nursing friend, she calls me and she's like, "Charlotte, you still have headaches?" I was like, "Yes." She said, "Go to my neurologist right now. He said he'll see you. I never seen him before. And getting a neurology appointment is like crazy." But
Right.
yeah, he got me right in. I went in, it was Dr. Spinner. He didn't even go in the room. He looked at me and he was like, "You have meningitis. Why didn't they see this?" And mind you, I was going to my doctor's, which he had actually sent me for a CT scan,
Mhm.
and he gave me Ferricet for my migraines. But he didn't he didn't think I had meningitis, but the neurologist looked at
Looked
me.
at you. He didn't even like
He
test
looked at
you
me.
or anything. Just
Listen, I was in his office sitting at the chair. Sean was with me, and he was like in the back of me just because I was in so much pain. The lights had to be off.
right.
He looked at me from out the door and he said, "You got meningitis." He didn't want to come near me because it's contagious. And he was like, "Go straight to the hospital right now." Sean brought me to the hospital. They did a spinal tap on me, an MRI, found out that I had Lyme's meningitis, and then a 9 millimeter aneurysm. I was just like,
So how did you get meningitis?
from a tick. I lived in Middle Island at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We had an apartment out there, and I had Ming, my little Shih Tzu, and then we had Kano,
Mm-hmm.
and we would walk them around. It was so many dogs, so
Right.
I probably got it from out. And deer crazy in Middle Island,
Yeah.
so probably got it from that. But they were like, it was a pin-sized tick. Like I wouldn't even. They don't even know how long I had it. It must have been for a long time to travel to my brain,
Oh my.
you know. So yeah, I had They did the spinal tap. That First off, I had let a student do my spinal tap. That's how much pain I was in. I didn't care who did it. They were like, because it was at Stony Brook, so like students do,
Right.
you know. So they were like, "Do you mind if the student do?" I'm like, "No,
I don't care.
do it." Yeah, I didn't even care. Didn't even care. And that's how much pain I was in. I feel like that pain was worse than anything.
Worse than childbirth.
That Yes, it
Yeah.
was like, just imagine your brain. I don't know. It was just to think about it like hurts.
Right. So
So
meningitis travels to your brain, and that's
to
what
my
gave
brain,
you the brain aneurysm.
no,
Oh,
that was another issue.
that's what I thought. I thought they were two
No,
separate.
no, they were two separate things. So I had Lyme's meningitis, which I feel, I bring it back to God. I feel like he like forced me to go
Right.
to the hospital and find this out, because I would have never known I had a 9 millimeter aneurysm if I wouldn't have done
Right.
all of this. So I'm like, somebody was looking after me, and I think it's Nan. I say Nan was
Yeah.
looking after me all this time, because I wouldn't have known. And then it just brought back memories from like when I was with my son's father, and his cousin actually died of a brain aneurysm. She went to the hospital. She was supposed to get surgery, and it
How old
bursted.
was
And
she?
I don't remember at the time. We were in our 20s, so maybe she was. I don't know. She might have
40s?
been in her late 20s or early
Oh,
30s.
wow.
Yeah, she
Young.
died young. Yep. And so after now, I know I have a brain aneurysm, but I can't get brain surgery until after my Lyme's meningitis clears up. So I had to be on like an antibiotic
Yeah.
that I was like doing myself, and for a month I was on a strong antibiotic.
In the hospital, they sent you home.
No, outside. Well, after a week, I got released from the
Okay.
hospital, and that's another thing. I think I got addicted to Dilaudid. Like they put Dilaudid in my
Oh,
in my veins, and it worked so good. I was like needing that Dilaudid,
yeah.
but they didn't let me go home with it. They only let me go home with Percocet, and I cried. And my mom was like, "No, you must not need it." And thank God I didn't. They didn't give that to me, because I would have been probably a
Absolutely.
junkie
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so after I finished my antibiotic, I had my surgery in October.
Hmm.
But like, just imagine going through life knowing you have a brain aneurysm.
Right. And
No,
you're home and for weeks, and it's like it's like a
I know.
ticking time bomb. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to function. Like I would have just been like sitting still. Like I don't want to. Did you go back to work?
I did. I went back to work. I was out for like a month.
Okay.
I was out of work. And then I went back to work for like I think I went back in August till October. Mind you, I just had Callie.
I know.
She was only what, 8 months
Yeah.
at the time, 9 months. And it was just a hard time. That those couple of months was like really hard because like we would go. Sean was like so good. He is my ride or die. I
Yeah.
gotta tell you that
Yeah.
because we would go to the beach. We would just like
Yeah.
to get my mind off of knowing that I had a freaking aneurysm in my brain. I was like, I needed a release.
So
And we would go
wait,
to the beach a lot.
I'm putting pieces together now. So yes, this is 2015. I was pregnant
Mhm.
with my daughter.
Mhm.
She was born in 2016, and I did not know that you had such a long gap of time before you actually got your brain surgery. So like, did
Yeah.
you not tell me? You
I
didn't tell me
don't know.
until up in like when you were about to get your surgery.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea. You were like it was like months that you had meningitis and you didn't even tell me.
See, I don't even remember because I'll tell you why I don't even remember that. But yeah, but I did. I had it. Yeah, I had to live knowing I had an aneurysm
Right.
for like, what is that, 4 months? Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so October comes around, my surgery, October 13th. I had the brain surgery. This is what I really don't remember,
Mhm.
but I have like Sean to let me know what happened.
Right.
So I wake up after the surgery and I'm in the bed and I see my mom
Yeah.
and I see Sean.
Mhm.
I don't recall who told me, but they said you had a stroke. You had 3 strokes and you're paralyzed on your right side. And it didn't hit me
Right.
quite yet. When it hit me was when my mom was in the room with me and the lady was like, say your ABCs.
Mhm.
I couldn't.
Wow.
I couldn't eat. I couldn't like swallow. I couldn't walk.
Yeah. I was
I couldn't even roll over because
yeah.
everything was on my right side was just like not moving. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then it started coming. I'm like, oh, I'm only 32. I started crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm only 32 and I'm disabled. Like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, everything was taken away. And that was the lowest I've ever been. I was like deep depression.
Mhm.
I was in where was I? St. Charles.
Mhm.
And I didn't even want to go to physical therapy, but like everybody was so good there. They were like, nope, Charlotte, get up, you're going.
Yeah.
Come on, you're gonna get dressed. And just imagine like sitting, I'm with a whole bunch of like 80-year-olds
Yeah.
and me, and I'm just like, this is how my life is gonna be.
Yeah. I remember, well, you don't know, but I was at work, like huge pregnant with Paris when I got the phone call. Your mom called me. And
Oh
I was
wow.
waiting for a phone call anyway because like I knew you were in surgery that day. And your mom was like, I'm going to call you, it's like as soon as she gets out of surgery, I'm going to give you updates and everything. So that whole day already, like I went to work just to like keep my mind off of it.
Mhm.
I wanted to go. I wanted to be there. I don't know if you remember, but I was pregnant and I was huge, and everybody was like, "No, don't travel. Just it's fine. Just wait." So I was at work and I look at my phone, your mom's calling me. And so like, I just grabbed my phone and like, I ran outside out of the office so I could like take the call. And she's like, Dina, she's out of surgery. And I already knew something was wrong because your mom's voice wasn't like normal. So like she told me it was like a surreal moment. It's still surreal now. I have chills because like you know how like
I'm thinking about it and I want to freaking cry.
you can sense things like and like as soon as I don't know, I grabbed the phone and I say hello and then like there was like a pause and I already knew. I was like, just tell me. And she's like, she's out of surgery and she's like, but she had a stroke. And I was like, I don't even know. Like it was just so like surreal. Like what? Like
No.
yes, like
I
you're in
know.
your early 30s. Like how does this happen? Like I don't understand. Yeah, and then she had told me you have multiple strokes. And now
Yeah.
you were paralyzed and yeah, of course I just like we were both like bawling and sobbing on the phone at that point. Like it was like
Yeah.
there was nothing else for like us to even talk about. It was just yeah, it was just silent. We were just bawling and I just like had to like process it. And
It was a hard time. Like it was very, very hard. And then the hardest time I feel like was with my depression was when I was sitting in rehab and I'm like just looking out the window and I'm like, "Ugh, am I gonna like not be able to walk again? Am I
right,
not gonna be able to hold my kid?" Like it was
yeah,
just hard. And then I was there for Callie's first birthday, but
yeah,
they all came up. But it was just like that's why I say now, like I'm never gonna miss one of her birthdays
yeah,
because I already did. I just have to like I take off every birthday for her.
yeah,
It's just that was a hard time.
yeah. Breathe. Take a sip.
I
You
know.
haven't take a sip.
I know. All right, hold on. Yes. So
Did you ever have a moment like you thought to yourself like, you know, is this what my life is gonna be like? I can't walk
yeah,
and everything. Like you had those thoughts, but like did it ever click in that you were like, okay, like I am gonna do this, I am gonna get better? Like
so
when did that drive like start to kick in?
that drive started when they said that first they said yeah, they said that they gave me a date that I can come home and then they changed it on me and I got depressed again.
Yeah,
And then they were like I think I called Sean and I was like cuz he would come up every day. Every night he would come up and he had Callie, you know,
yeah,
that he had to take care of. But he was there and then I was like I have to get out of here. Like I can't stay in this rehab. I have to
yeah,
get out and get better. Like I have to get out there and show myself that I can walk without a cane or a wheelchair.
yeah,
So, once I got out, I think I was depressed for like a week where I actually wanted to it, I wanted to take pills
mm-hmm,
and just end it. And then Sean was like, "You got two kids.
yeah,
You're not going to do this. You have two kids that you have to live for." And it just like snapped me out of it again. I'm like, "Yep, I got my kids. Like I have to get better."
yeah,
And I wanted to go back to work. I wanted to work in December and they were like, "No, you can't even move your arm.
right.
You can't walk."
That's amazing.
I did
I'm just so happy that Sean was able to really like be your rock throughout that whole
yes,
thing. It's like if you had any doubts before that, like
exactly.
after that, and I feel like sometimes you don't know in relationships until you're really put through like the test,
Yeah.
like a true test. Like
Yes.
you don't know how your partner is going to react in a situation until you're
That
in that
too.
situation.
This side of my scalp, like I was bald.
Yeah.
I was like, but through it all, he, I swear, like it was meant to be, and he is forever my partner. Just for like everything that he does, I just, I'm so grateful. I'm just grateful. But yeah, I went through PT. I still was going to get my nails done. My Steph would come, my sister-in-law would come pick me up and we would go and get our nails done. They had to, it was like two techs holding my hand because my hand
I did not
my
know
hand
that.
was shaking. So it was like two techs holding my hand, but I was just like, I gotta get my spirit up. Like I
Right.
have
Feel
to
good about
feel
yourself
pretty.
and still
Yeah,
live life so you don't
exactly.
fall into that deep, dark depression. So that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. I didn't know you did that. That's cool.
Yep, I got my nails done, got my hair done, went to the Dominican,
Oh my gosh. I
got
love
my blowout. It was just like you have to like, I don't know, you got to keep a little bit of that confidence. I went down a lot. Like I was like very I don't know. It was a down part in my
it.
life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's why I want to smile every day. I want to be happy because I never want to be like how I was. When I think of that, it makes me want to cry because like I get like this thing in my throat. Like
Hmm.
I would never want to feel like that again,
Yeah.
ever. And I'm like, please God. All right, now I have to start. I already lived my 80s. No more.
So would you
No more.
say that you're like you've had 100% like full recovery?
No.
No.
Um, with everything, like my movements and everything, like I go to the gym now. Well,
You can go to the gym.
but I can go to the gym
If you wanted to, you could go to the gym.
now. Yeah, I can run. I can
Yeah.
like you can probably look at me and not even think because when I go to like I just went to a new doctor
Hmm.
and she was like, I just read your report and I cannot believe
Yeah.
that all of this happened to you. I was like, well, it did.
Right.
And hopefully that's in my past and I don't want to relive that moment again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So about
So
95% you
I
think
am,
fully.
yeah. I feel like I'm a little my brain is a little slower.
Yeah.
I always been
But
slow.
you not slow. You just have your blonde moments. You have your blonde
Yeah.
moments, and you still have your blonde moments. So I think you're pretty much 100%.
You know, when I worked at the doctor's office, I seen this girl that I forgot her name,
Hmm.
but I remember her from high school. And I was like, "How was I in high school?" And she was like, "You were happy. You were good. You're the same." And I'm like, "Oh, you're the same." I use my brain surgery every moment and I get like they'd be like Charlotte. I'm like, I had brain surgery, guys,
Right.
and a stroke. So I get a pass.
Play that card. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But yeah,
how
I
we talked about the whole journey, but like give me a like time like you were in therapy and recovery to get to where you are now. Like this was like a
I
process, like
yeah,
several months to a year.
I feel like in March, what is that? 6 months? October. I got look. October, November. 5 months. I went back to work because my arm started like that was the last to come back. Like my the movement of my arm. Like
Okay.
I would lift it slowly
Hmm.
and then that's all I can do. I couldn't move my fingers. And then it started coming back where I can move my fingers again.
Yeah.
Then I think like a full year I started feeling like back to myself.
Yeah.
And then
Were
yeah.
you driving when you went back to work? Like immediately?
So
I feel
we
like you
went,
weren't.
Sean got me, yeah, Sean got me, yep, I remember Sean got me a little, um, a Honda,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I was driving.
5 months
Yeah,
post surgery.
yeah, yep,
Wow.
yep.
Wow.
Well, I got a couple of tickets. I got 4 tickets at the same, like, the brace surgery. Those freaking tickets that you get.
Wait, how do you get four
I don't
tickets
know, because I kept doing the
like
same
at
thing.
different times?
It was the same time because it was me going to work. It was okay. So listen, one day, one day I got a ticket making that right turn. I didn't stop for 5 seconds. I just like looked and then went. The next day I looked and didn't just went. The next day I looked and went, and then the next day I looked and went. Four tickets, 4 tickets at that same light.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I had brain surgery and a stroke, so that was the reason why. Yeah. So
So they mailed you the ticket. You just had to pay
yeah,
a
they
fine.
mail. Yeah, I paid
They
them.
didn't
Yeah,
like
but they
really give
didn't
you an
suspend
extra
it or
fine for
anything.
like four in a row.
I would have called and told them I had brain surgery.
Like, ma'am, you should not be driving. Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
funny. I think with those, because it was just the camera thing though. So those are funny.
Mhm.
I feel like.
Yeah, and then I got later on. I can't drive. I know I can't drive, but I have to because I can't have Sean bring me to work every day because he has to work too. I cannot drive. I
Driving.
just
Yeah, it's not your strong suit.
no.
I think I'm a good driver, but it's hard for me to drive at night right now with this
Yeah.
cataract because my night vision is just non-existent. Like it's so hard for me to see at night. So I still have to drive. I have things to do. It gets dark super early now, daylight saving. So I'm just like driving very cautiously, very slow. People can beep, they can go around me, do whatever you got to do. But like, I got to get to point A to point B. And I'm gonna make sure I do it as safe as possible, so y'all could just beep and go around me and whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm a terrible driver. Yeah, I got into a recent, not recent, I think 3 years ago, with an 18-wheeler because I felt like Sean was like, "What the fuck?"
I
I
remember
felt
that. You
once I put my blinker on, you should let me go, like up in front of you.
can't trust these other drivers. Yeah, yeah. You decided to go, and you
Yeah,
thought they
and
were gonna stop. An 18 wheeler
I had
that
a Jeep.
is already in motion was gonna stop.
I know, I know.
It's okay.
So
Yeah,
I had a Jeep Gladiator at the time.
yeah. I
So
remember.
I almost, he almost flipped me.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember stopping and he got out to see if I was all right. And he was like, "What were you thinking?" I said, I put my blinker on.
Did you see my blinker? You were in the car by
Oh,
yourself.
God. On the car. I was going to work. Yep. I had this new job after doing the nursing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was going to work and hmm crazy. But to lighten up everything, I feel like God did this to me for a reason. It made me like I look at life totally different now.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
I am so grateful to be able to talk. I remember my mom saying to me, I was happy when you said your ABCs. She was like, but after you said it, you said, next time, won't you sing with like, wow, I wanted somebody to sing with me. I was so happy to say my ABCs.
Right.
Because when you have a stroke, like you can still think of the word that you're trying to. It's just
But
not
it just
coming out of
won't
your
come
mouth.
out. Yeah.
It won't come out. Like she was like, "What is that? What is that up in the sky, Charlotte?" And I was like,
So frustrating.
"I knew it was the
So
sun, but
frustrating. Yeah.
yes." And you
Yeah.
just start crying because you know the word but you can't say it.
Yeah.
And I mean sometimes that happens to me now, like I'm like, what is that word, what is, and then somebody has to help me out.
Yeah.
um
It might take a second. And then,
yeah,
yeah,
but I feel like, it was all, everything happens for a reason in your life.
that absolutely.
Everything happens, like me having the meningitis happened for a reason, for
Yeah.
me to find out that I had an aneurysm, for me to get the surgery,
God
for
put
it's just
Sean
like,
in your life.
exactly,
That's one for you.
exactly.
Mhm.
Like it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
life is freaking amazing.
Yeah. You put the right man in your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, I when I look at people and they were like, this freaking world, and I'm just like, it is what you make it, really.
Absolutely.
So it is what you make it. Like if you want to dwell on stuff,
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna be depressed because you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
look at what's on the news
Yeah.
and just like it fall deeper into a depression. I hardly watch the news, which people say I should watch the news like to get updated on
Mm-hmm.
them. But I'm like, it's all bad stuff, and I just don't want to let that in my little circle. Like I want to be happy,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
uh,
I
so
remember thinking when everything was happening, like, why Charlotte? Like, why? Like, that's what I kept asking God. Like, why Charlotte?
that's what that's what my mother-in-law said.
Like,
She
Charlotte
she
doesn't
she asked
deserve this.
that.
Like, why Charlotte? I remember even thinking, like, I sometimes, like, why Charlotte? Why not me? Like, our lives have been, like, kind of like a mirror. Like, I do
Mhm.
something, you do something, you do something. Like,
Yeah,
I do something. So I'm like,
you do something and I follow you.
yeah. Like, I'm like, this is not, like, why is this happening? Like, I'm like, this is not in our life's plan. Like, why her? Like, no. Yeah.
It was meant. I'm gonna just say one thing. Sean says it was the doctor, but I feel like when I when I came out of whatever whatever I was in after the stroke, it was like a dark hallway and a man at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was God. I really do. And he was like telling me like it's not my turn. Sean says it was the doctor
Yeah.
with lights,
Yeah.
but
No,
I have a different. I feel like I was like he was telling me, nope, turn
it's
around.
not your time. Yeah.
It's not my time. I'm put on this earth to do something. I gotta just,
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That is amazing. So it's about time we wrap it up for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Do you want to share our email with everyone? And
Yes. So our email is sipstoriespodcast@gmail.com. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about,
yeah,
if you want to comment on anything that we talked about today, just go on there and just let us know.
Absolutely. Thank you all for listening. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.